So for me, William Ruto cannot solve the problem. The current crop of politicians coming out as options cannot solve the problem. And I've always said in this forum that that's why people who know the economic solution should volunteer and put themselves across to contest for the presidency of this country. I have done a lot of economic analysis and I know exactly where the problem is. I have written this in a book. We have gone to TV to explain it. We've written articles about it. We have met people, these politicians, I always go with them on TV, whether they are CSS. I've met Mbadi, like now, just to tell you the truth. Mbadi has done a budget of 4.3 trillion shillings. Now I'm hearing it's going to be 4.2, but so far the proposal of 4.3. Out of the 4.3 trillion, 700 billion only is going to development. The rest of them are going into recurrent expenditure. And I can tell you, as I speak now, William Ruto is going to break the bank. He's going to break central bank to keep all elected politicians happy, even in parliament. That's why you saw after even the ruling on majority, ODM is here laughing with UDA and they are enjoying. They have been pumped with money. Ruto knows that, the elected leaders know that their electability is decreasing. So they tell William Ruto, if William Ruto will give them 300 million each as MPs so that they can be able to get re-elected, then they are going to support him forever. That's why you hear Luo Nyanza MPs are singing William Ruto as if he has become an angel. And I can tell you that as you are sitting here saying that William Ruto will rule until 2027, by the time we get there, he will have broken the bank. Central bank will be broken down so that he can be re-elected. All the budget William Ruto is doing now is about how can I get re-elected. William Ruto is going to invest zero on development. I know the road that is going to those sides of Moyale is coming from central bank, but William Ruto's taxes and borrowing will never go to development. So for sure, we are in serious trouble. As an economist, we have two main economic problems, and one is high debt reservicing. Two, we have low economic activity whereby there is no pending bills are the order of the day. There is no circulation of money in the economy. People are not buying. Everybody is cutting their spending because the economy has become trouble. The solution is not raising taxes. The solution is lowering taxes. And by lowering taxes, you are able actually to create productivity in the economy. I hear them mentioning a lot of budget deficit. Budget deficit has positive correlation with economic growth and economic development. Our budget deficit to GDP is 3.1%. The one for China is 4.9%. The one for the US is 6.1%. So if they have those high budget deficit and the size of the economy of China is 17 point something trillion dollars, ours is just around $120 million, then budget deficit is not wrong after all. The main problem for the economy is high interest rate, high inflation rate, and high exchange rate. And those cannot be cured by high taxation. They can only be cured by improving productivity, by improving the supply side of the economy to put Kenyans to work through production. But they usually focus on demand side of the economy because that's where corruption is. You can import oil from somewhere through G to G. You can do these deals, I don't know, importation, trading, and brokerage. That's what they focus on. So for me, William Ruto cannot solve the problem. The current crop of politicians coming out as options cannot solve the problem. And I've always said in this forum that that's why people who know the economic solution should volunteer and put themselves across to contest for the presidency of this country. And for us, we are now in J25 movement. J25 means June 25th movement, which we call Mwanzo Mpya. And we welcome anybody who wants to vie because we don't want to continue analyzing what the government can do or want to do or will do. We want to take over leadership, and we call that alternative leadership. That is the move we are making across. And I just want to invite you, if you have interest in being part of the movement that actually is grassroots oriented. Redemptor, I was very much in Kilifi. Now, Kilifi County, we have 3 people who want to vie for MP. The one of Malindi County constituency is there. Magarini we have, Kaloleni we have. We have MCAs that are now around 36 of them who want to vie on our movement. And we are doing groundwork. So they're already selling the agenda on the ground. I'm sure they're going to come to you, Redemptor, very soon. So for me, it's about saying we cannot discuss the likes of the people you know, the names you mentioned here. It is them, it is not us. By the way, let me just say that Citizen has been told never to allow me to speak there. It is now 2 years I've never been seen on Citizen because when we began the Gen Z revolution, I used to go there to explain to people how the economy is being managed. I would explain these things I'm explaining now on TV until I was told I cannot be allowed. So the experts will continue to be the MPs who are elected officials who have been bought. So that's why I'm actually now coming up with the Association of Digital Media so that I can actually give them space in a Kima University where I'm a deputy vice chancellor. I've actually organized a whole department called Loyola Media Center where they can come do capacity building. I want to find how they can be given some funding. I want to look for how we can even finance a building where digital media can have their shared working spaces where they can have offices, they can have studios, and this should be financed by some people are mobilizing funding for, so that we can strengthen digital media and allow mainstream media to be bought by politicians so that they can play their own game. So this game cannot be fought just by. We have to ensure that we have a media that can channel what we want, not media which has been bought, the so-called Githeri media. And of course, I want to tell you that the elected officials are number one enemy for Kenya. And if we don't rise up to this occasion, they will still be saying they can define the role. But I want to thank you. I want to say that the council elders, like the Kaya you saw in Malindi when they anointed me, on 27th, we are having all council elders from all communities meeting in Nairobi to issue a statement that Kenya is united around the ideas which are serving Kenya, which is the economy, healthcare and education. And those are the only issues that are Kenyans issue, not that the division between Kikuyus and Luos or any other challenges. I don't know on which one. They want to come clear. The National Council churches also are coming very strongly. They are going to convene theirs very soon to again be united around these same enemies of Kenya, which is the economic, that's poverty, ignorance and disease. Those are the only enemies. And those enemies are there because our enemies are these elected officials. So the conversations will be boiling as they think they can antagonize on tribal lines. For us, we are going to focus on the economic solutions for this country. And I want to tell you, we have been told Gen Zs will be divided in tribal lines as usual. They are programming that support. I want to ask any Gen Z not to allow. The only thing we cannot disagree about is the flag. And the flag is the flag of Kenya. Defend it, fight it, further it, strengthen it, and stand for it. Don't stand for anything else that is against the flag. Thank you very much. Sorry that I've taken more time, but let me sign out so that I can allow you guys to have a conversation. Next Saturday, if you organize, I can actually now drop everything and just come for the space here at the Smart Enough. Thank you. Thank you very much.